Hi guys, welcome back to Home Life with Rebecca. This is Vlogmas number 19. Wow, it's already Vlogmas 19. It's getting close. So I had a different video planned for today, but I'm kind of not feeling well, so I thought I would just do a little story time about last Christmas Eve because I don't think I talked about it. Last Christmas Eve was on a Sunday, and that morning we had church, and Kennedy was in the Christmas pageant, the same one she's going to be in this year. She's an angel. She was an angel last year. All my kids went to church. I remember it was a headache to get everybody awake and out the door. I was telling everybody to eat breakfast, do all the things. We have to be there early because Kennedy had play practice or the pageant practice. So we finally all managed to get there, and one of Jillian's friend's dad walked up to me and said, I think Jillian left this at my house, and he handed me a locket, and it was my dad's ashes. She had been over this friend's house like a week before that, and when I confronted her about it, because I was really, really emotional about it, because it's not just a normal necklace, and I thought she was mature enough to wear it and take care of it. Obviously, that wasn't the reason, and she was like, oh, I didn't even know I lost it. So I was really distraught that she wasn't upset about it like I was upset. She just kind of brushed it off, and I'm like, but that's your grandfather's ashes. Thank goodness it got returned to me. She's not worn it since. I've put it up to save for when she's ready to wear something like that, a little to be more responsible. Just the fact that she didn't realize it was missing let me know that she wasn't ready to wear it. And then Kennedy that morning decided all of a sudden, like 15-20 minutes before the pageant started, that she didn't want to be an angel because they had like fake like little horns to blow, and she was spitting all over it and like making a ton of noise, and when they took the horn away from her, she was like, nope, not gonna be in the pageant, not gonna do it. She ran back to one of the Sunday school rooms and didn't want to come out. So Adam went over to try to deal with her. I'm still distraught over my dad's ashes. So I'm sitting there, and now there's like 10 minutes before church starts. And Allie, all of a sudden, because the older kids were sitting in the sanctuary with me, plus her friend Stephanie, she said, Mom, don't be mad. And like they were sitting behind me, and so I looked behind me and I'm like, what do you mean don't be mad? She's like, I know you're gonna be mad, but don't be mad, it's gonna be okay. I'm like, what's gonna be okay? For a second I thought they were talking about their grandpa's ashes, like the necklace. And she's like, we were hungry, so we kind of DoorDashed food. I'm sorry, what? we DoorDashed McDonald's, but it's almost here, we promise. Church starts in 10 minutes. You DoorDashed McDonald's to the church. And she was like, well, do you want me to cancel it? And I was like, yes, I want you to cancel it. She's like, well, we can't, it's too late, it's almost already here. I'm like, I told you guys to eat breakfast before we left, and well, we didn't have time, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I woke you guys up in plenty of time, 2 hours before we even had to be at church. There was no excuse in the world why you couldn't eat. But yeah, they DoorDashed McDonald's to the church, and they proceeded to take it into the fellowship hall. They ate really quick. I mean, they were done before church started, but I remember like I was embarrassed because there was other people sitting in there and they could hear what was going on. Like some people were chuckling, and I was just I was already emotional from what happened to my dad, but I'm like, I cannot believe my teenagers just DoorDashed McDonald's to church for the Christmas Eve service. I was so upset, and then nobody said they were sorry. Adam did finally manage to convince Kennedy to get in the play. She went out there at the very last second. Like the other angels were already like on stage, and she just decided, because she was sitting with us in the pew at that point, she just decided that she was going to be in it. She just got up like midway through and went and stood up there. It was a very memorable church service, probably the most memorable Christmas Eve church service that I've ever experienced. And then after church, I was really, really not in a good like headspace. Like I was crying, I was upset. And so when we got home, my husband was like, plus that last year we were not doing good with money, and it was just a mess. Like we still had last minute Christmas shopping to do. Like I think one of the kids, I hadn't even bought anything for us, is like, come on, let's just get out of the house, let's go for a drive. He took me to Starbucks and we shared a drink because he only had one free drink. So I remember we were like sharing a drink. I think it was just hot chocolate, I don't even remember. But he just let me cry. That's the kind of husband I have. He just let me cry. He didn't try to tell me, hey, it's gonna be okay, hey, you'll laugh about it later, you know, kids will be. He didn't say anything. He just let me cry, held my hand, and we shared that coffee or hot chocolate, whatever it was, and we just drove around until my tears stopped. And because I was like hyperventilating, that's how upset I was. This is all before, you know, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And once I started feeling better, we drove over to Walmart, and that's when he was like, you know, it's not okay what they did, but maybe someday you can laugh about it. And we proceeded to go into Walmart and managed to finish the Christmas shopping the last minute. Came home, wrapped the presents, and then we went to Red Robin that night. And I just want to share this because if you're a parent, like every stage is hard. Like every stage is difficult, but every stage also has so much like joy because you're discovering who your kids are. And when you get to the teenage years, especially the older teenage years, I've got adult kids now, you're starting to see like who they're gonna become. And God bless my husband, he was right. For some reason I was thinking about that today and I was laughing. I mean, I'm crying right now, like I'm like so emotional, but I was actually chuckling because yeah, it's kind of funny. My teenagers DoorDashed McDonald's to church. The ashes, that wasn't funny, but the DoorDashing, it's just it's this generation, that's just what they do. Like since that happened, I have accepted it. I have told my kids, because they like to DoorDash, you guys work as long as you pay your bills, because all of my kids that have cell phones do pay their cell phone bill. And then like Parker, because he drives, he pays his car insurance, and Allie pays rent as well now. As long as you pay your bills, DoorDash. But if you're gonna DoorDash, and I've made dinner, be respectful and don't eat the dinner that I made also, or eat your whatever Burger King or Panda Express in front of the other kids. It's kind of not nice. But yeah, I can laugh about it now because having kids and teenagers, it's a roller coaster for sure. But you know what? I wouldn't change last Christmas Eve for the world. I'm glad I have that memory, even if it's a off memory. Even if it's not your typical Christmas memory, it is kind of funny. And I just remember at Red Robin, everybody actually getting along and excited to open their Dollar Tree gifts, and I have that to look forward to this year. I'm looking forward to them opening their presents. I mean, I'm mostly looking forward to the siblings opening presents from each other, because we've never had that before. Allie and Parker both worked last year, but they only bought for who they were dating and their friends at the time. So I thought it was pretty remarkable that they were buying for each other. And Jillian, she always likes to write letters to her siblings on Christmas, so I'm sure that's gonna happen. And Wes, you know, he's just at that age where he's very determined that he wants to save for a car or a laptop. So plus he hasn't really worked long enough to have the funds to buy everybody Christmas presents, but who knows, maybe he'll write everybody a card. Kennedy likes to color pictures. I think this year when they open presents, they have all said that they don't want to take turns, so I'm probably just going to put it on time-lapse Christmas Day and let them go at it. Maybe the only one that will watch open her stocking and present is Kennedy. But yeah, I just wanted to share that, like, if you're struggling, like, even if it's not a good memory, it's a memory that maybe you can one day look back on and laugh about, or remember like, yeah, that was really hard, but we pulled through it. You know what I mean? Christmas, the holiday season is so hard for so many people. I've been having a lot of dreams about my dad the last couple weeks, and about Allie's ex that passed away. So I can only imagine like what his parents are feeling. But yeah, like, sorry, I didn't mean to be like a Debbie Downer, but I just wanted to share that with you. So hopefully you get a little bit of a laugh about my kiddos door dashing McDonald's to try. I never seen them eat McDonald's so fast. They had like full on like breakfast meals with the orange juice and the coffee. But that is it. Hopefully I'll feel better to do what I had planned. Tomorrow's 5 more days left. Tomorrow's the 20th. I cannot believe we were this close. This month absolutely flew by. I just feel like, especially for moms, we get these expectations of how we want things to go, especially like on Christmas. And when they don't go that way, we kind of beat ourselves up or feel sorry for ourselves or think that we're underappreciated. And for the most part, we are underappreciated. But like I said, I think like this year, the kids are realizing how much I do and how much Adam does. And it's a little bit different this year. But again, I wouldn't trade last year. You just have to remember to be kind to yourself, that it is a season, literally a season, for what they're going through, what you're going through, and the month itself. Alright guys, Christmas tendies, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.